Hello and welcome back. We are diving deep today into a city that might just be the biggest contradiction on the map right now. Imagine a place that was the capital of 6 different Chinese dynasties.
That's right.
We're talking about 2,500 years of history. City walls that could encircle entire European capitals, and temples that were, once listed as wonders of the medieval world.
It's a place with serious historical weight.
Huge weight. But now I want you to hold that image of ancient grandeur in your mind and imagine that in this same city, one of the absolute top-rated attractions for modern tourists, I'm talking a place people travel specifically to see, is a public restroom.
In a shopping mall.
In a shopping mall.
And we aren't talking about a clean rest stop on the highway. We are talking about a multi-million RMB facility with gold toilets, crystal chandeliers, and themes ranging from Roman holiday to cyber nightclub.
A cyber nightclub bathroom. It just sounds like a hallucination. But yeah, this is the reality of Nanjing. It's the capital of Jiangsu province, sitting right there on the Yangtze River. It often gets ignored because Shanghai is the flashy neighbor just 90 minutes away by bullet train. But looking at the stack of research we have today, travel guides, architectural reviews from the Nanjinger, some really specific traveler diaries, Nanjing might just be the most interesting contradiction in China.
It really is the city of dualities.
Yeah.
You have this profound, heavy history, the Ming Dynasty roots, the Republic era layered directly against a hyper-modern, almost cyberpunk lifestyle.
Right.
Our mission for this deep dive is to figure out how those two things coexist. We aren't just doing a history timeline here. We're looking at Nanjing as a living organism. We need to understand everything from why they eat 100 million ducks a year to why they're building vertical forests in the business district.
Let's start with that number, because when I saw it in the data, I honestly thought it was a typo. 100 million ducks consumed annually in one city.
It is a staggering statistic, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it checks out. In Nanjing, duck isn't just dinner, it is like a cultural imperative. There's actually a local saying that it's practically a sin not to eat duck at least once a day. That's serious business. If you walk through the older neighborhoods in the summer, you'll see the older generations sitting on street corners, fanning themselves, and just casually snacking on duck wings or duck giblets while having a drink. It's the background noise of the city's palate.
But we need to make a very clear distinction for you, the listener, right now. When most people hear Chinese duck, they immediately picture Peking duck.
The roasted bird, crispy skin, the pancakes.
Exactly. That is not what is happening in Nanjing, is it?
Not at all. If you go to Nanjing looking for that crunch, you're going to be confused. This is Nanjing salted duck. And the science behind it is completely different.
Okay.
Peking duck is all about high heat and roasting to render fat and crisp the skin. Nanjing salted duck is about low temperatures, boiling, and braining.
So it's more of a texture thing.
It's a texture and a chemistry thing. The goal is tenderness, not crispiness. The flavor profile relies on the oxidation and degradation of the duck fat during the curing process. It creates this very specific, savory, almost musky aroma that you just cannot achieve with roasting. It's served cold, the meat is white, and while it looks fatty, it shouldn't taste greasy.
The research mentioned a seasonal element to this as well, something about flowers.
Right. The connoisseurs, the people who really take this seriously, say the peak time to eat it is in the autumn. That's when the osmanthus flowers are blooming in the city. They call it osmanthus duck during that season.
Why is that?
Because the meat supposedly takes on a subtle sweetness from the pollen in the air and the seasonal diet of the birds.
That is a level of culinary detail I can absolutely get behind. Now, if we want to pivot from street food to the absolute high end, the sources keep pointing to one specific location, Jianmen Walk.
This is the heavyweight champion of Nanjing dining. It's located inside the Shangri-La Hotel, and it is the only two-diamond Black Pearl restaurant in the city.
And for those who don't know, Black Pearl is essentially China's answer to the Michelin Guide, but often considered more attuned to local palates.
Exactly. The chef there, Hao Xingqing, is a master of Huayan cuisine. This is one of the 4 great traditions of Chinese cooking, known for incredible knife skills and moderate flavors. It's not spicy like Sichuan food, but the dish that really illustrates this deep dive into Nanjing cuisine is the eel.
I highlighted this part because the preparation sounds, well, violent. But before we get to the method, there's a linguistic trap here, right? Not all eels are created equal.
Correct. In Chinese, there's a distinct difference between man, which is river eel, and shan, which is swamp eel or rice field eel. Chef O specializes in swamp eel.
Okay.
And the technique he uses is called xingguo.
Which translates to what exactly?
It refers to the physical action. Shenkuo involves taking the eel fillets and literally pounding them with the back of a cleaver spine.
You're hammering the fish.
You're hammering the fish. It sounds destructive, but there's a physics reason for it. The pounding breaks down the tough muscle fibers without destroying the integrity of the meat.
So it makes it more tender.
It turns the fillet into a sponge, so when they deep fry it and then stew it, the meat absorbs an incredible amount of sauce.
So it's an engineering solution to flavor absorption.
Precisely. And Chef Hu does this innovative version called Bright Moon Shenkao. Traditionally, you might use an egg yolk to represent the moon, but he uses a hard-boiled egg white filled with minced pork. It's that blend of extreme tradition, the pounding technique, with a modern visual presentation.
Okay, so we've stuffed ourselves with salted duck and pounded swamp eel. Now we need to walk it off. The logical place to go is downtown, to Shinjuku. The locals call this the center of the universe.
It's an apt name for the commercial heart of the city, but I have to give a serious warning to anyone planning a trip. The subway station at Shinjuku is a labyrinth.
I saw the map. It has 24 exits.
24. And that is not an exaggeration. It connects to this massive underground web where almost all the major malls and office towers are linked. You can literally walk for miles without ever seeing the sky.
So you could get very lost.
It's a common experience for tourists to go down to the subway and emerge 3 blocks away from where they intended.
But getting lost in the mall brings us back to that hook we started with, Deji Plaza. This is where the famous restrooms are. I'm looking at the reviews on Trip.com, and there are people who explicitly state they went to the mall just to take photos of the plumbing.
It has become a legitimate tourist phenomenon. It is arguably the most viral spot in the city.
Break down the aesthetic for us. What are we looking at?
It's split into phases. Phase 1 has this Dubai luxury vibe gold toilets, a rainforest theme with greenery, but Phase 2 is where they really went off the rails. They have a Roman holiday theme with golden domes and classical murals.
Okay.
And then the crowd favorite, the cyber nightclub restroom.
Cyber nightclub bathroom.
Complete with laser holograms, neon strips, dark, moody lighting. It costs millions of RMB to renovate these spaces.
It just begs the question, why? Is it just a stunt?
It's the attention economy in physical form. It suggests a shift towards spectacle. Nanjing is often seen as the, stodgy historic brother to cool Shanghai.
Right.
This is them saying, we can do modern luxury and we will do it so over the top that you have to look. But the irony is that you leave this hyper-consumerist temple, walk a short distance, and you hit the 1912 district.
Right, named after the year the Republic of China was founded.
Exactly. This area is adjacent to the presidential palace where Sun Yat-sen worked. It's filled with these beautiful historical gray brick buildings from the Republican era.
But that's not what's in them now.
No. If you go there tonight, you aren't going to find revolutionaries plotting the future of China. You're going to find Starbucks, loud discos, and high-end spas.
It feels a bit jarring, doesn't it? You're partying in the birthplace of the Republic.
It's the definition of irony, but it also represents that layering we talked about. In Nanjing, history isn't always behind glass, it's repurposed.